Hello, welcome back to Hyper Gossip, your number one source for the latest celebrity drama, insider scoops, and emotional untold stories from the world of fame. Today we turn our spotlight on a Fox News personality whose sharp wit and sarcastic humor have captivated millions, but behind the jokes and jabs lies a reality that's deeply emotional and, frankly, heartbreaking. This is the untold story of the tragedy of Greg Gutfeld, and it's so much sadder than most fans ever realized. Asterisk. Known for his bold commentary and no-holds-barred style on The Five and Gutfeld, Greg Gutfeld has become one of Fox News's biggest stars. His political satire and late-night humor offer a unique blend of insight and entertainment. But while millions tune in to laugh, very few know about the personal pain he's quietly endured for years. Behind the scenes, Gutfeld has faced a set of emotional challenges that would crush even the strongest among us. Asterisk, one of the saddest aspects of Greg's story involves his difficult and distant relationship with his late mother. Though he often made light of their strained bond on air, referring to her in comedic bits, many fans didn't realize that those jokes were rooted in unresolved pain. Sources close to Greg have shared that his childhood was emotionally complex with little warmth or connection. The impact of that emotional distance has lingered throughout his life. And Greg himself has admitted that humor became his only real defense mechanism, a way to cope with the emptiness he sometimes felt behind closed doors. Asterisk, as Greg's career began to skyrocket, so did the pressure to maintain his larger-than-life persona. Behind the laughs, he was silently battling anxiety and bouts of insomnia, struggles he rarely spoke about publicly. Industry insiders say Greg often worked long hours, not just out of commitment, but to avoid the silence that haunted his off-camera life. And while millions know him as the guy who always has a witty comeback, very few know about the moments he spent alone, grappling with feelings of loneliness and isolation. Asterisk, tragedy also struck when a close friend and mentor in the media industry suddenly passed away. Greg was reportedly devastated but kept the news largely private, continuing to smile on screen while mourning in silence. It was a painful reminder that even the funniest people can carry the heaviest hearts. Asterisk, despite the success, Greg Gutfeld's story reminds us that fame doesn't shield anyone from personal sorrow. The laughter he brings to millions hides the truth of someone who has dealt with emotional wounds, private grief, and deep personal battles. The tragedy of Greg Gutfeld is not in headlines or controversies. It's in the silent suffering he rarely speaks about. Asterisk, thank you for watching Hyper Gossip. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Stay tuned for more true stories from behind the cameras, because sometimes the brightest stars hide the darkest pain.